Hello, everyone. News Channel 3, Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson with a Facebook and YouTube live weather update on a Friday evening. Ooh, just got in just in time to catch that sunset in South Haven. So let me squeeze it out just a little bit. There it is. Sun just about to disappear over the horizon. Looks like some folks out on the beach. Plenty of folks out on the pier, of course, getting a good shot of that. I'm sure it's a little crowded down there on the edge of the pier where the lighthouse is, the big red lighthouse on the South Pier. So that's what it looks like, courtesy, and that is not cold water. Oh boy, it's a Friday. Can I just say that? It's a Friday. So I apologize for that. That is obviously not cold water, unless maybe we've had some serious glacial melting or something like that. That's obviously South Haven. And obviously a beautiful sunset that's going on right there. Gotta love it. And beautiful out there with the temperatures too. You know, we had some cloud cover this afternoon and to this evening, and that always makes for a very interesting take on the sunset. And so that's the way it looks right now in South Haven. I'm going to keep this one a bit on the shorter side. I know I say that a lot of times and I just don't follow through with it, but I promise to this time for two reasons. One, I'm on a little bit later. Got to be off of here, of course, in time to go be on television on the live TV there on Arc West, Michigan. But also because there's not really all that much to talk about, you know. Unlike last week at this time, last Friday, you know, we were in the wake of those tremendous storms that blew through that knocked out power to more than 100,000 customers, to say nothing of the DTE outages, which there were plenty of those, or the Indiana, Michigan, the AEP outages. There were many of those too. So April, good evening to you. Bob, hello in Twin Lake. Nice day up there. And I'm glad that you're having a great evening. I'm having a great evening too. You know what? I have to tell you, I went outside and just sat out in my car in the parking lot, my truck out in the parking lot, just to enjoy some of the warmth. I don't mind the heat and humidity. So I find it sometimes just comfortable just to go outside and sit and even be warm, knowing that in 6 months from now, right? 5 months from now, 4 months from now, but certainly 6 months from now, that's not something you're going to be doing. So I took the opportunity there. April, good evening to you. Joanne, hello. Sally, a great day for a walk, right? Great day for a walk. Yeah, wonderful sunset for the folks out there. There's going to be a couple of wonderful ones Saturday and Sunday, by the way. If you want to take a gander at any of our lakeshore communities there looking west, we're so lucky to have that beautiful Lake Michigan shoreline. But those aren't the only beautiful sunsets. You know that. You guys have shown a lot of beautiful sunsets there that have nothing to do with the big lake, right? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. K&M, appreciate that. And same to you. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Carla, hello. A gorgeous sunset to be sure. Best place for first-time campers to go? Wow, that's a big question. I mean, who knows? I mean, Van Buren State Park, I think that's close to where you are. I've been camping there with the kids a long time ago, but went camping there with the kids. Nice campground, short walk to the beach. It's hard to get into those state campgrounds, though, at this time of year. But maybe the weekend after, the 4th, maybe there'd be a little less pressure on there. I've been to a lot of campgrounds. Fort Custer in Augusta, camped there before. Allegan State Game Area, I believe it is, where there's a campground. So, and of course, if you want to hit the road, I think maybe my favorite is either up in Petoskey or St. Ignace, just on the other side of the bridge, by the way. Wonderful campground there, too. Beautiful campground. All right, enough of that. We could go on forever on that stuff, right? Joanne, I had the windows down in the car. Believe me, it was super hot. But I keep my sunroof open there because, we have a gated parking lot, so it's safe. And so, believe me, I'm not sitting in the car with the windows up, that's for sure. Sean, good evening to you in Portage, George. Thank you so much. Good evening to you, too. Oak from Burr Oak in the house. Good to see you. Thanks very much. Good to see you. Like I said, I left my sunroof open and kept an eye on the radar, by the way. Left my sunroof open, so it wasn't hot as blazes, or else I would not have been sitting in the car, I promise. Anna, hello to you. Good evening to you, too. That's the way I feel, April. I enjoy the warm days. That's for sure. That's for sure. All right, there's that view, not of Coldwater, but of South Haven there. Here's our radar. There could be a sprinkle or two popping up. We still have some cloudy skies. And if you watched me at 5:30, or 6, this evening on News Channel 3. You know, I was mentioning, for example, it's a short range model, the high resolution rapid refresh model, we call it the HER, was suggesting that there would be some showers and thunderstorms popping up in the vicinity of like 4 or 5 to about 8 or 9. Largely, I don't think that that's come to pass. In fact, really the activity has been east of 127. So that would put it east of Jackson. That would put it, toward Ann Arbor and the Detroit southern metro area. We could have a sprinkle or two trying to bud right now, you see on live Doppler radar, but not really concerned too much about that. The dynamics are starting to go away, I think. That's true, Joanne. I have said that in our news meetings that we have, where it's like, to be shocked or like, oh, it's hot, is like saying, oh, it's cold in the middle of January. It's like it happens every year. Timmy, hello to you in Battle Creek, trying to stay cool. If you don't have AC, that's going to be a toughie. Although I will say this, look, we have some more comfy lows coming in here overnight. Listen, this is a different twist to the weather here. We have a bit of an east breeze that's going to be blowing in, I believe, east-northeast, or northeast. That's going to be bringing in some drier air, it looks like, over the weekend. And as a result, our dew points, as I'll show you in just a few moments, are going to be going down just a bit. So it's not going to be as humid. It's still going to be warm, but again, it's July. It's mid-July. I mean, our typical highs are on 83, 84. We're going to be in that ballpark. Now, next week, it gets hotter. I'll hit that up in the 7-day coming up. Trenton, hello to you. No, the heat we're talking about coming is nothing like what we had last week. Nothing. That's a good question. We always measure our next weather event by the last one. In this case, the last big weather event was not only that excessive heat, but also the big thunderstorms. And neither of those is in the outlook. Hot, yes. Stormy, no. In fact, as I said yesterday, we have a garden hose alert, I'm going to call it, because if you want to keep your grass and or garden watered, then you're going to have to do it yourself, because it's going to be dry here for a little while, for the next week, it looks like, unless something changes. Lily, good evening to you. Friday, the weekend is here. Gotta love it. That Friday night and then that Saturday morning, I got to tell you, it's the best feeling of all. Indian Lake, Vicksburg, beautiful place there. Speaking of places to catch sunset, Stephanie, thank you for being here. Charlotte, hello to you. Thank you so much. Charlotte from Sturgis. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. It is the heat indexes that make it hard, but our dew points aren't going to really be oppressive or too bad until we get to the middle of next week. And even then, as I mentioned yesterday, I don't think it's going to be long lasting like the last one was. But I will say, we're in for some hot weather, but nothing compared to, look, 2012. This is going to be a trivia question next week. My peers out there on the desk don't know this. But 2012, I think we had 39, 40. I'll have to go look it up on the records. 39 or 40 days with 90s, and we had, I think, 5 100-degree days. So hot is a relative term. So we're not going to go anywhere into that zone, that's for sure. And it doesn't look like, even though I think the next week is going to be warmer than average. I posted that yesterday or the day before on my Facebook page, also on my X page, Twitter page. About the CPC, the Climate Prediction Center 6 to 10 day outlook, which will take us through next week, has leaning toward a weather solution that would call for warmer than average temperatures. I see that going into next week too. Ethan, hey, thank you so much. Good to see you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much. Same thing here. Ethan. HRRR was showing some stuff developing, and it's just not where it was indicated. It's always, for me, I don't know about you, but for me, it's always hard to go against that guidance. But it wasn't, I will say, it wasn't necessarily replicated, for example, by the NAM3K, or I didn't see it there. So I knew it was, and at 4 or 5 o'clock, it still wasn't happening. So I didn't really have a lot of confidence. But good point, Ethan. Hey, thanks for checking in on me here. I appreciate it. Hope you have a great weekend as well up there in TC land. I have a friend, at least one, who's running up there to run in the Cherry Festival run, the Meyer Cherry Festival run up there, that 15K that's going on, Ethan. I was planning on, there were some of us in our run group, that run, and that we did the half marathon at Bayshore, right? After Memorial Day, before Memorial Day, or Memorial Day weekend, right? And several of us were like, we're going to come back up here and do that Cherry Festival run, but Only one of us actually followed through with that. Hey, I hope you have a good weekend. Thank you so much. K&M. There you go. Happy Friday to you too, Mike. Always good to see you. Peggy, cool it down, please. It's going to take me a couple of months to do that one. A couple of months for sure. For sure. Kathy, hello to you in South Haven. Have a Memorial Softball Tournament in Bangor tomorrow. Good luck. Hey, weather should be great. Do not forget, I know you won't, but do not forget the sunscreen and water and rest breaks. Although it's going to be warm tomorrow, hot tomorrow, but it's not going to be oppressive tomorrow. Even so, hydrate, sunscreen, rest breaks. What was the coolest summer on record? Ooh, I'd have to look that up. Well, I'd have to look that up. I'd have to look that up. I will tell you one thing. I don't think it's the coolest summer on record, but I believe it was 1991 or the summer of 92. I can't remember. It was the one after Mount Pinatubo. For those of you who were awake back in the early 90s, Mount Pinatubo was a volcano in the Philippines that exploded, blew up, whatever. Believe it was in 91. And if that's the case, then it was 92 was the summer that wasn't. There was an ash cloud that was taken by the jet stream all around the globe, and the global temperature actually dipped because of that ash. Google search that, Mount Pinatubo, Pinatubo, Mount Pinatubo. So that would be one that I would think, April, but I'll have to do a little research to get that one. Betty and Kaba, another Sturgis person in the house. Love it. Sturgis, represent. US 12. Janet, happy weekend to you too. Thank you so much. Enjoy the sunny days ahead. Yeah, thanks for the share, Mike, always. Hey, David, there you go. You know what? Oh, man, I didn't bring it the numbers. I will tell you this. I do know it was a little cooler than average. June was a little cooler than average. And when I mean a little, our average temperature for the month, climatologically speaking, and this is in Kalamazoo. I know you're in Holland. In Kalamazoo, the average temperature, which is where you take the average high, add the average low, divide by 2, is, I believe, 68.9, I think it is. And I believe the average temperature for last month was 68.2. So it was less than a degree on the cooler side of both the high and low. But overall, it was a little bit cooler than average. And it was wetter than average by about, I believe, about 30 to 40%. I think we ended up with about 4.5 inches of rain, maybe a little bit more than that. In typical, or a little more than 4 inches of rain in typical is 3.2. I wrote it all out, and then I left it up in the office. But I do know that's what it is. So I hope that helps, David. I hope that helps. So it was a little cooler, and it was much wetter than average. Last month was. Oh, great, Janet. Lucky you if you can see that beautiful sunset from your house. That's for sure. Joanne, need to duck out. Hey, have a great night and have a great weekend, Joanne. And thank you so much for being here as always. Austin, yes, we have a reporter and a photographer already there. Yes, we are there. As close as they'll let us get anyway. But yes, we will certainly have that live at 10 on ARC West Michigan at 11. And of course, we'll be updating on our website too. I keep up with our website and our Facebook and YouTube page on that too. Of course, I'm on the Facebook and YouTube page right now. April, is there a summer on record that wasn't our typical summer? Oh, yeah. If you want to talk about heat, go back to 2012, so 14 years ago. A crazy hot summer. 1936, I wasn't around, believe it or not. A crazy hot summer. So, yeah, on the cooler side, I'll have to look those up. Lots of water and sunscreen for sure, Kathy out there. And good luck, by the way. Good luck. Hope you do well. Thanks for that, Mike. Appreciate it. Jeanette, checking in from Coldwater. John and Manistee, 79 today. Whoa, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, April. Good. I'm glad you do. Mount Pinatubo. It was a big deal. It's big news. But now that was, 35 years ago. Can you believe that? 35 years ago. I think it was just like, it wasn't that long ago. Yeah, it was. You're very welcome, David. I will try to post that or go back in and put specifically. But I can tell you right now, it was just a little bit below average, and I'm talking about fractionally, so less than a degree on the high side cooler and on the low side cooler. So the average was just fractionally cooler. And then, like I said, the rainfall sort of deviated from the norm. It was wet. Let's see. Oh, yeah. What was it? Yeah, well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Rebecca, Hello to you in South Haven. I missed some comments there that just sort of jumped up on me real quick. Too hot again. Thanks there, Lily. Let me get to the 7-day. I know folks are saying, like, would you quit talking and show us the weather? We still have some warm temps, mid to upper 70s. Look at BC, still at 78 degrees. Woo, if you don't have AC, that's tough. But I want to show you the dew points. It's still a little bit sticky out there. Cold water, looking at you. Mid to upper 60s for the most part, with a couple of exceptions. Coldwater and Marshall, low 70s. But I want to show you where the dew points are forecast to be on our forecast models. They're going to be going down over the next couple of days. This northeast to east breeze is going to be blowing in during the day tomorrow. It looks like our dew point will be dropping during the day tomorrow, so it will be getting a little less humid. Instead of upper 60s to around 70, which is well in the muggy category, we're going to be a bit humid tomorrow. And look at this Sunday. Forecast model suggesting dew points down in the upper 50s, so it's going to be pleasant. And Monday won't be too bad, but they will start to climb again, I think, on Tuesday, along with the temperatures that will be going up then, too. And here's a look at those temperatures. Speaking of, Leslie, thanks. Mowed for 2 hours today and 2 to go tomorrow. You must have a giant yard. 1988. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Jeanette. 1936, 2012, 1988. Very hot and dry summer, and not just in Michigan, by the way. That was, I remember Dallas, Texas was roasting. I forgot how many 100-degree days they had in a row there. Yeah, so that's another one. That's hot. It was hot here too. Lots of 90-degree days. I think 2012 was even hotter, but I'll have to check on that. Robert, going to Jeep night. Awesome. Hope you enjoy that. Yeah, safe sunscreen for sure. At least an SPF 30. And make sure you put it on every couple of days. Every couple of hours. I am doing great, Robert. Hey, it's good to see you here. Speaking of heat, I know that you're coming to me here from the land of big heat down there in South Tejas. So we talk about our heat, and you're like, that's our morning low. Dr. Coyote in the house. You're in Wayland. Oh, for the Gun Lake powwow. Awesome. Very much. So you left the environs of Minden there. Have safe travels, and I hope the powwow goes well. David, going outside until the dew point's below your age. Well, no, you hold your. But if you are 60 plus, or if you're 60, you might be disappointed. Although, like I showed you on those dew points, Sunday's not going to be looking too awfully bad. Not too awfully bad on Sunday. Yeah, K&M, I will say the cars are notoriously not good for temperatures. One reason why, let's say that you're parked on asphalt, right? So of course that's going to be reading a lot hotter there, Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. Angela, hello to you in Union City. The year of the last 2 earthquakes. Oh, you would ask me that. I can't remember right offhand. Somebody wants to chime in with that. I do remember this. I remember the one that was, I think, centered right around Galesburg, Augusta, I believe it was. And I have to tell you, I remember sitting in my car at a traffic light. I remember this. It was on a weekend day. And I was sitting in my car and I remember thinking, like, feeling like dizzy, like, I just had a dizzy spell or something. And I think what I felt really was sort of the movement going on there. I got to go back and look that up. That's a great question. Angela. Oh, you're in Springfield now. You're in the BC area now. Okay. You're 30. Oh, David, if you're 36, you're right. You know what? You need to move to New Mexico or Arizona or Southern California there, where you can have those dew points lower than your age. That ain't going to be happening here. That's for doggone sure. I can tell you. I'm not a betting man, but I would probably put a wager on the fact that we're not going to see a dew point like that until October, maybe. Yeah. Carla, yeah. Oh, you're in Central Illinois. Okay. Amber, hello to you in Wyoming. Always good to see you here. I don't know about that, but I appreciate that, K&N. Mike, thanks for that. Jeanette, October 85 in Coldwater. Okay, you just moved. All right. They're not unheard of. It's just they're certainly not common. And remember, this was relatively weak, but still, if this was a 2.9, we're talking about an earthquake that was about, I think it was 12 and a half, 13 miles off the lakeshore, north suburbs of Chicago. If that would have happened out on the California coast or in Alaska, I think it would be like, okay. But where it happened, I think, is what made it noteworthy for sure. Was that when it was? May 2nd, 2015? Okay. Thanks, Ethan. That's good. I forgot the date. I remember it though. I believe that was a 4.1 or something like that. That was sort of hefty for us there. Yeah, the one around Galesburg. That's right. You know what? It's interesting that you say your husband thought he had a stroke. Like I said, I was thinking like, wow, for some reason I just feel a little weird, a little dizzy. And then come to find out, it's like, oh, that's what was going on. All right, everybody, I'm going to have to skate. I love chatting with you. It's 9:43. I got to go. I'll be live. Oh, there you go. August 8th, 1988. First night Cubs had lights. I got to skate. I'll be live on ArcWest Michigan in 17 minutes, live on the Mothership, News Channel 3 in 1:17. We are on that story, by the way, on Augusta Drive, so we'll have news coverage on that. I've been made aware of that. And what else? Oh, don't forget that I'm on Facebook, WWMT's Keith Thompson, on Instagram, YouTube, X, and Threads at Weatherman Keith, the @ symbol Weatherman Keith. Don't forget our free weather app. Handy. Also our website, wwmt.com/weather. And Colin Rogers, meteorologist Colin Rogers, will be here tomorrow morning holding down the fort with live weather updates from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. I think the weekend looks great. It looks great. But let me urge you to remember that sunscreen because there's going to be plenty of sun here over the weekend. Thanks, Ethan. You too. Thanks so much. All right, everybody. Hey, we made it Friday. What a wonderful time. I hope everybody has a good weekend, has a safe weekend, a productive weekend. And if productive means sitting on the couch all weekend, I hope you do that well. If you got some plans, I hope they go well. I hope you take care of yourself. And I'll check in with a couple of posts. I'm not going to say that I'll be live, but I'll post a couple of things here over the weekend. And I hope to see your posts too. I appreciate you so much for being here and have a great, safe weekend. We'll talk again soon. Good night.